Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to On Loose Lines. I don't have Ryan Sanderson on the phone just yet, but want to welcome everyone back. Random show, talking harness racing. We've got a few people on the way, I believe, to Bendigo Trials tonight. I think there might be some nice horses going around Bendigo Trials, and as you just saw then, we will be catching up with Ryan Sanderson. Also be catching up with Mark Barton very shortly after that as well. So a couple of very important guests coming on tonight's show. So hopefully everyone is well back from lovely trip to Ireland, Wales, bucket listed. Happy to talk about it at any stage. If anyone wants to inquire about it, it is a must visit trip for people that love harness racing, love interaction, and love meeting people. It is awesome. It really is. So make a point of getting there and being a part of it. You'll thoroughly enjoy it, that's for sure. I need to double check something, so I'll be able to do it two ways, I think. So that's not a good sign. Doesn't look like that's coming through. Make a point of, there it is there. So we have got volume coming through, so we'll be able to fix that up, but I'll be able to see quite a few people coming on. So good to see everyone there at the minute. So just got to turn that off, Sam Manley. So anyone that knows the show, knows how it works, just get involved via the comment section. Comments will pop up just there. Over the top there where a couple of the plus signs are going. Talk harness racing, some great stories going around at the minute. Better go back to that. Get the Nutrient one off for 2 secs because I'll be catching up with Barto in a minute with some great news for Riverina harness racing, but some exciting stuff going forward. What it will do, we'll get Ryan Sanderson on straight away because Ryan has had a good couple of days. He's having a great run actually. He's on target for his best run going forward. So Paul White, Ken Hyde, Wayne Parsons, thank you very much for giving it a like. If you're on YouTube, give it a like and share on that as well. That'd be muchly appreciated. I think I'm about 910 followers. I think if you can get past 1,000, it's meant to roll on and you can get the message out there a lot easier. So if you want to get involved, go from there. We've got plenty of updates, plenty of news as well to get through, but we will definitely try and get hold of young Ryan Sanderson first, and hopefully his phone rings. I've had all sorts of trouble with it lately. Oh, no volume, that's why. Doesn't look very promising just at the minute. I hate technology, either that or... Are you there, Ryan?
Tell your mother-in-law to stop ringing. Hey, Paul.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad.
You've got someone else in the background. I apologise for that. My Bluetooth's not working, so... but that happens. First, mate, thanks for joining me.
No worries, Paul.
You're on the way to the trials, I believe, at Bendigo tonight?
Yep, on the way to the trials. Yeah, Dad's got one in and got a couple others.
You actually got dangerous trialling, they tell me.
And then there's a few words. Sorry?
You got dangerous trialling, they tell me?
Yeah, Dangerous is back, yeah. So it's a bit of a exciting for the stable to get him back at the racetrack.
What's your aims with him, mate?
Probably just try and get him, get him through a few races and see where he's at, and obviously he'll miss a few of the better ones, Victoria Cup anyway. But the chance to get in it, but just get him back to some good form because he's had a couple of little problems and kind of just go from there.
Yep, he's a bit of a favourite of yours and the stable, though, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Well, kind of always had him since a yearling, so he's come through the stables. It's been good to see where he's come. So we had a big thrill throughout the Inner Dominion campaign with him, and so he's definitely a favourite in the stable.
Yeah. Just looking at your career, mate. At the minute, we're going to touch on the weekend just gone, but you're on target for your best career run. And I definitely don't want to moz you, but geez, you've been consistent the last 3 years and this year as well. You must love the consistency that you're able to show over the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, each year I kind of have it in the back of my head to put my head down and try and keep around that 100 winners a season, which is generally doing really good. And really this season I've been suspended a few times, so it's really been a bit frustrating, but I'm just lucky enough that Dad's stable's going well, and I picked up a few other nice drives that have picked up my season this year. But the last 2 seasons have just been really great for me, and it's been really consistent, and so it's I can't complain there.
No, and you're sort of ahead of schedule in a way. You're at 76, so hopefully you should break the 100 quite comfortably this year. But you're only 22. You've had quite a few nasty injuries as well, plus a couple of lengthy suspensions as well, Rhino. So you must be wrapped. But you're only 22. You're pushing 500 wins. I think, what's it say? You're 23 away from that. So you've been doing a pretty good job, mate.
Yeah. It's, I've been getting really good opportunity, for a junior driver. So I'm really pleased with that, and it gets a little frustrating when I put myself on the sidelines if I muck up, but all in all, it's been really great. So I just hope to keep getting better and better, and try and get in a few better races.
Well, you're doing that now. Saturday night was a great night for you. Was that your first Metro? That would be your first Metro treble, I would imagine.
Yeah, first Metro treble was it was a great thrill. It obviously helps when you drive for Emma and Clayton with their horses, but I was very very happy to that's where you want to be, driving some winners in town on a Saturday night during the week, and it was a great feeling.
You were on the right horses, but I'll tell you what, with those right horses, a fair bit of pressure too, because there's a few people putting their hand up for Eureka, including Wardan Buddy and Foxdan, are 2 horses that are, aiming to get to the Eureka and that, and you had to drive both those horses. So it's good they put you on, but with that comes that pressure, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a little bit different being kind of new to the stable. So it was, you want to make sure you do a good job. So the pressure is a little bit there, but it's when you're a driver, I guess when you have that horsepower, you can kind of drive to the race, and the horse is kind of is going to help you along there. So it's it was good feeling driving them ones, and kind of like the pressure to that's where you want to be, driving them ones. So definitely can't complain.
Wardan Buddy, I thought he was terrific, but Foxdan was possibly the more impressive of the 2. Would that be fair?
Yeah. Honestly, it's the owner, Danny, was kind of half said, well, what did you think out of which one? And I said, geez, it's a bit of a tricky one. But Wardan being a 4-year-old, and Foxdan even better form being a 3-year-old. So it obviously drew a bit better, and it was probably a little bit more impressive. And me personally, I kind of like Foxdan. He he ran a solid 2200, and I think he's going to get better and better throughout his campaign. Since he's been back, he's only been back a couple of starts, so he might be a bit exciting for a race like the Eureka. So if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Foxdan.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. And in fairness too, he had a couple of nice horses chasing him home. Like, he did turn off probably the last 100, but Surf and Make Sense and 40 Love are no slouches, that's for sure. They're lowly rated horses, but they're good horses, both the filly and the colt. So they both got a future. And then Storms Collide, he couldn't have done much more either, really, could he?
Yeah, no, he was a really cool horse to drive. Storms Collide, he felt like he could get off the gate really quickly, which he didn't really have to. Just let him settle and kept going. And then but he felt strong, and he feels like he's got a bit of a good will to win, where he just he sticks his head out with his ears back, and gives you a good feel straight to the line. So he's probably looking at having another good campaign coming up after a little spell. So he was an exciting horse to drive as well.
The answer is going to be they're good to drive for, because of course, not being smart, you're going to say that, and you should say that. But do you enjoy driving for Emma and Clayton? Like, do you enjoy that, I suppose, added pressure of driving for the number one stable?
Yeah, honestly, they've been really great to me with the opportunity. But I'll give them a call before and after the race, and it's the communication together. It's been really really handy for me. To have the confidence to go into the next meeting to do the job for them. So yeah, no, it's been quite comfortable really with them, and they've been, really great to me. So definitely cannot complain at all.
No, I imagine. Well, you're not going to after last weekend anyway. That's for sure. So
Yeah.
you probably got a couple of those drives extra because Pitty was away. Good to see Pitty
Yeah.
getting his first Group 1 for him and Lisa. That was huge. It was good to see so many people hovering around TVs waiting to watch it at Melton, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It was, yeah, it's great to see Pitty. He's, yeah, definitely been around the Shep area. Talk a lot with him, and yeah, obviously, he's helped me, deal with the Emma Stewart camp. So it was great to see, let him and Lisa do a good job with the 2-year-old in Queensland, and definitely made the trip worthwhile for him.
I noticed you've had 9 drives in Group 1s, mate. You haven't had a winner yet. Is that one you want to Is that one you want to try and tick off the bucket list?
Yeah, honestly, I've come close a few times with Dad, and well, in particular the horse Dangerous, but been finishing behind a lot of Emma Stewart's one. So maybe if you can't beat him, you can join him.
Be interesting if you have to choose between Dangerous and one of Emma and Clayton's. You might be in trouble.
Yeah, kind of half thought that, but so we'll cross that bridge when it comes.
I'd imagine that too, mate, and
Yep.
I think you'll be fine whichever way you go. I think it's great. I think well done to you, mate. You're having a huge run. I didn't get to catch up with you and do an interview. As I said, I was doing a bit of video work there. That was my main reason for Baron Zeus, and I didn't want to moz you. Are you superstitious? I'm a bit superstitious. After you sort of won, because I'd done Danny Zav after the first one, and then I thought, oh, Foxdan might win. I'll grab you after that. But then you had another drive, and I thought, oh, I don't want to moz him. So do you get superstitious?
I can be very superstitious. It comes in waves, but yeah, I do actually.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit the same. I didn't want to be the one responsible for mozzing you, so I thought, well, I'll just let your night play out, and then of course I got held up a little bit longer than what I thought, and you'd gone, and that. So I did want to catch up with you on the night, Rhino, but I think well done, mate. You're doing an awesome job. Present beautifully, which is what we need in this industry. Young people presenting clean and tidy and doing the right thing, mate. And we definitely need to do that. Even happier, you got rid of that dirty mo.
Yeah, I didn't have a few fans of that, so I got a bit of a clip.
So you should. You got one fan, Gail Crisp, says well done to you, mate, too, for the weekend. So you got plenty of fans out there too. But I think well done for everything you're doing for the sport, mate.
Appreciate the call, Paul, and likewise you doing a great job. So yeah, we all appreciate that.
We were actually talking, you and I were, about the Irish guys before, and you've had a bit of an association with some of those in the travelling overseas. People have got to travel, don't they? Get over there and see some of these guys as well.
Oh, for sure. It's a great part of the world over there, and they're great people. So yeah, if you're kind of interested in the any type of horse racing over there, is definitely an experience, and kind of enjoy it a lot more with the people there, and yeah, it's just it's something I'd recommend anyone to try.
Just quickly before I let you go, mate, I got the Brecon Farms banner underneath. A Tour Magic in Queensland. He was a naughty boy at the start. Was there a reason? Like, he was outstanding, but was there a reason for him galloping?
Yeah, kind of. Obviously, he only had the 2 race starts prior. He kind of wasn't a great fan being right behind the mobile where the cab is and the steward. So kind of took him a little bit to get up onto the gate. Once the gate left, he left really good, and then kind of half was still shying and looking at it, and just went left and got off balance, and then after that just lost his steering, which was bloody devastating for everyone involved. So it wasn't great, but he ran a massive race and brings great excitement coming forward with him, next year for the derbies and that, if he has his manners, which I'm sure he will find that out, and he'll definitely be competitive with the best, because he would have ran a big race on the night, but it was still a great show to come third. Just dimmed it a little bit, knowing that he just did that little muck up at the start. But yeah,
he could have run a very close third, or he might have even been able to give those other 2 a shake on the way he went. That's for sure. So, and that's one of those things. Just out of curiosity, he would be New Zealand Sire Stakes eligible. Dad hasn't thought about going back over to New Zealand with him?
Not that I know of at this stage. I wouldn't have thought it'd be off the cards, but he's definitely looking like he's going to be a quality horse. So it won't be off the cards. I wouldn't have thought.
Oh, that could be exciting. Maybe not this year because I think they're about to start. But so Dad would have been thinking about that. But yeah. So and I've spoken to Dad a few times. I'm actually going to catch up with Dad about buying off Brecon Farms because great supporters of Campbell's comments. So we'll do something about that one day. But that's all good. Rhino, thanks, mate. Thank you very much. Congratulations on a great night Saturday night. But thank you very much for your time and continue driving as many winners as you are, mate, and presenting and doing the right things by everyone. So thank you very much, buddy.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it, mate. Cheers.
Ryan Sanderson there, doing an awesome job. And I get superstitious and I don't like upsetting people in that way. So when I shoot it and people are having a good run, I don't like to go there and upsetting them, that's for sure. Danny Laws, hello to you, Danny. He's tuned into me live feed. I'll just see if I can see who else is on there very quickly. I've got to ring Mark Barton. That should have worked. I don't know why that didn't work. It's very frustrating at the minute, my podcaster. It does go terrific. Anthony Fanning, hello to you. A few other people that are watching there. So we've got quite a few people watching. All know how it actually works. So does Jamie Egan. Sanderson's a great, hard-working family. Very friendly and great for our sport. Totally agree, Jamie. Very well said, mate. Good with their time too. And I'll be honest, I rang Rhino about 5 minutes before 6. He was on the way to the trial, so I really do appreciate his time. Yeah, everyone knows how it works. Get involved. We've got plenty of stuff to tick off with, but I do want to get Mark Barton on the phone, and it looks like there's only going to be one way that I can. That might have been why though. We might be. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just see what happens. I'm going to try Bardo. Through this same podcast and just see if it does happen to. See, now it's ringing, so it should work this time. It may not though.
Hello?
Hey mate, I got it to work, and there's no feedback, is there?
No, I don't think so.
No, I fixed that problem. The only problem I had was.
No, you haven't actually.
Is it still there?
Yep.
Right. Well, I'll fix that for you. Just give me a sec. I'll fix your end, and yeah, you're fixed. You're just back on speakerphone. Well, it should have been fixed. I'm having a few issues still with that podcaster, but I will get it. I will get it fixed up, mate. Firstly, thank you very much for joining me.
No, my pleasure, mate.
You're on your way home. You've been at Menangle Trots today. Seen a couple of nice little horses win. Yabby Dam Farms had a couple of winners, and there's plenty of good stories coming out about harness racing right at the minute, actually.
Yeah, it is, mate. It's good to see the. I was actually not the best of weather at Menangle today, but there was exciting. Some of these young trotters that are getting up and about.
Yeah, there is indeed, and they're all getting set for the Nutrien trot race, which is going to be on. Now, I did have it 3rd of September at Bendigo, I believe.
Yeah, heats on the 3rd at Bendigo, so there'll be 2-year-old and 3-year-old trotting heats for the sale race series, and then finals will be at Melbourne on the Saturday the 13th of September, mate. So, yeah, good 10-day turnaround for the horses, which gives them a good chance to freshen up, and they'll take 12 into those finals again, mate. So it's a good opportunity.
Lots been spoken about, Bardo, about separating them, putting the trotters that little bit later. I know, there was a little bit of heartburn from a few people that they probably should have been all on the same card or whenever. I actually love this build-up we're getting for these trotters right at the minute. There's a couple of horses stepping up, and I think by the time, another 2 weeks, there's going to be plenty of trotters aimed at it. I rang Dave Miles just there before. Iconic Image, that's the 6-pack. She's an image that Chris Lang Jr. and Haley sold last year for $33,000. It's won 3 on the bounce since in Queensland, and it's coming back to David Miles. But Miles, he was pretty quick to point out to me that he's got another 4 or 5 being set for it. Plenty of people are setting these horses now for this race series, which you must be wrapped in.
Yeah, look, it's all about having great fields. Like, you want quality fields for good prize money, $75,000 2-year-old races and $125,000 3-year-olds. But it's also, it's not just the race, it's having quality fields. And I think the genetics in Australia for the trotter are fantastic. It's just giving them that opportunity. And like you say, we push back to September this year. We will end up, they will run concurrently with the paces next year, but this certainly gives those 2-year-olds a chance to get up and about. And look, even a couple of nice trotters in Queensland getting around that are eligible, that are throwing it up in the air whether they want to come down too.
Yep, which is what we want. We want them to come down to Victoria, and it will be easier next year, and that's going to Riverina, and that's the main reason for the talk. But I think, the trotters, the commitment that a lot of these guys, Aldebaran Park, Yabby Dam Farms, have been putting into these, and it's exciting the way these trotters are now starting to build up. Afternoon Breeze, Rod O'Kane, you and I have had a fair bit to do with Rod. He's a very passionate person, and he loves them, and he's got himself an absolute ripper there with the daughter of Classic Connection. Nathan Jack's prepared now 2 from 2. It'd be pretty exciting if Roddy and the family can win the final, that's for sure.
Well, mate, it's not their first go at it too. They've got a pretty good eye helping them pick out a nice horse. So they've had success there a couple of years ago, and they've come back. They've reinvested, and it's great to see the horses are obviously in great hands. They're training stable, and they're obviously patient owners because they're happy to see these horses take a little bit of time. But when you get them up and going young, it's great to see.
And it's good for Yabby Dam Farms with their horses and what they're able to achieve as well. I think Pat's always been about that. He just wants these horses out in winning, and I think you said today, we both said he won the first 2 races at Menangles today. He's got these other horses winning. He's getting his breed out there, and it's an exciting breed, and it's great for the industry.
Look, we're spoiled for choice with the stallions on offer in the Australian market for the trotter, but not just that. We saw across the board trotters and paces, but the fact that in the southern hemisphere, the market's recognised some of these quality fillies, trotters and paces that are available for people to buy, and I think they were sought after, and the prices reflected that in the marketplace. And again, I know already some of the trotting fillies that are going to be in our sale catalogues next year are really exciting genetics, and they're the sort of breed shapers for studs or families that can really change change your breeding program.
Yep, absolutely. Right, Barto. Big announcement last Thursday night, Friday, just gone. Nutrien Race Series. We'll be heading to Riverina Paceway. I'm going to call it Riverina Paceway because we're on a lot of my stuff's on social media. It's effectively Wagga, but if you want to give them a follow, go to Riverina Paceway on most of your handles, Twitter, Instagram, and also Facebook. Very passionate group of guys there that love the industry. I've actually had Brett Hogan send me a message that he wants to talk to me. I said on air or off, and I haven't got a response, so I reckon I know the answer to that. But you must be rapt to have got this deal done, Barto, and it's not because it's your hometown, but I know you have a strong connection with the club as well.
Look, the fact, I guess, when you look at what makes an event work, I think the really exciting thing, you mentioned Brett. Brett Hogan he's been a particularly strong driver from the club's perspective, but I think if they didn't start today, they're starting this week on Earthworks to actually make another pad where they can put more marquees up, and they've already engaged in this since we signed Racing New South Wales and the Riverina Club last week. It's a great track. It's a fast track. It's now got a fantastic surface. It's all weather. People coming to the city, you can get a direct flight Sydney, Brisbane, and Melbourne. Fantastic restaurants, a lot of great accommodation. And look, the way the race cards are looking, we'll have heats on this is a subject, but to change, but on the 3rd week of May, we'll have the trotting heats on the Tuesday and the pacing heats on the Friday, followed by the following Friday and Saturday. It looks like we'll have 2 race meetings. So that's something we asked for, and that really, I guess it parallels what we see with some of these big carnivals. The Winter Carnival at Albion Park, the Bathurst Gold Crown. I think it's got a lot of appeal. I know the city of Wagga will get behind it. It actually equals the Wagga Gallops race there, the Wagga Gold Cup. It's a the Murrumbidgee Turf Club boasts one of the richest regional race cards in Australia, in country New South Wales, with $1 million, and we'll equal that. So I think that's going to be really exciting, and I think we'll bring a crowd. Looks like there's going to be live entertainment after it, and we're committed to it for 2 years with an option to see how people like it. We'll get feedback from those people sustaining, but $1 million worth of racing on the 4th week in May. in country in a country track, I reckon it's great.
Yeah, and I think it's getting back to the people who put the show on, if you like, and one thing that you and I are both well and truly aware, the amount of well-bred horses that come out of this Riverina area, it actually gives back to a lot of those breeders. Not saying anywhere else is better or worse, but geez, there's some phenomenal horses there, and that it's so good for these guys as well to be recognised in this form, I think.
Mate, the other thing is if you go and grab the map and draw a 500k radius around Wagga,
Yep.
And this is important from our point of view, it captures probably over 70% of the horses bred that we sell.
Yep.
And it captures the training stables of probably well over 60% of the horses that we've sold. So yep. You're within striking distance of Menangle, Bathurst, Dubbo, Parks, Shepparton,
Yep.
Bendigo. I think Melbourne, obviously. I think it's a really central location. You do see a lot of Victorian stables that already support the track, and I think it's great to see again. The Riverina is probably not a noted breeding base or breeding hub for the trotter, but it'll be great to see some quality trotting races at the Paceway.
Hey, Jakey Stockton's got a couple standing there now, so you never know. Like it could continue to evolve that point, and this might drive it, Barto. This might bring more trotters to that area.
Oh, and also if you look at again within that catchment, you've got Ben Studd at Crookville. They've also got a number of trotting mares breeding on the farm.
Yep.
So I think that's certainly potential there. And like I say, you go to Menangle today and you see a couple of extremely well-bred horses that came out of the sales, and you look at the stables that have got the capability to handle and educate a trotter in New South Wales. There's plenty of them.
Yeah. And I know, like I travel to Wagga a fair bit, just through dealings with you, and it's a 4-hour drive from Bendigo, just over 4 from my side of town, but it's a 4-hour drive and it's very simple. You can do it a little bit quicker if you want to go the backtrack ways. That's without speeding. It's just slightly shorter, but you're better off just getting on the Hume, turning off the Hume, and it's quite a simple drive to get there. So we want more and more people to get involved with that, that's for sure.
Look, it'll be more than just a race weekend, but
yep.
Like I say, for the Riverina to host 2 quality cards, we've still got to work with the club and build what that Friday race card looks like. But I'd love to see a topped up free for all trot and a free for all pace. So these stables that are in the finals on the Saturday night, they can bring quality horses for the Friday as well.
Yeah, I hope you got a bed there for me too. I better get in early, actually.
I'll be a bed there, and I think that's another one that people who do need to want to get down a night or two earlier. I think there's plenty of options with stabling. It's funny. I was only talking to Dennis Picker the other day about this, and I said, look, timing's good. All the yearlings are sold, so the stables will be well cleaned out. I said we might be looking for a few overnighters for a couple of nights. With that being the case, but. I think there's plenty of opportunity, and mate, it'll be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to let's see how a country club can deliver on a $1 million race.
Yep, great news for Wagga harness racing. That's come from Jackie Gibson. Barto, we've got to give Jackie and Jocko a huge congratulations. They officially tied the knot on the weekend. If you follow them on Facebook, you got this picture, but no words to it. If you follow them on Instagram. This same picture just had a caption said we did a thing, so I think congratulations to them both as well for that. But and the success they've been having just recently with a lot of their progeny as well. So and I mean that's the feedback you're going to get from a lot of these people. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Look, I think it's been if you mark the calendar, I reckon Jackie and Jock have enjoyed a pretty impressive last 12 months. They've prepped and raised an Australian record filly. They've got one of the smartest fillies I've seen since I've been involved in the industry running around at the moment. And and she's they've managed to tie the knot, so they've had a terrific year. But it's they're great supporters. We're looking forward to some pretty exciting horses on the back of some of their horses' success for next year as well.
Obviously, your invitation's with mine, Barto, lost in the mail.
You don't need us. We actually had other places to be, mate, on the weekend. So it's always nice. But no, wish them mate very well. But then, like I say, they're you take a lifetime to become an overnight success sometimes, don't you?
You do indeed. Jamie Egan's asked the question: why don't they run trotting races in Wagga? Just so we're clear, Jamie, they will be running the Nutrien races next year, but there because they're all going to be on the one card. I think the main reason, Jamie, is the trotters are still very small, if you like, in New South Wales compared to Victoria. And probably even Queensland. I think Queensland probably have more trotting races there, but that doesn't mean that New South Wales are against them. I think that's just been the mentality of a lot of the trainers and that over the journey, but they're definitely changing.
Mate, to comment on that too, Paul, I know talking to the Riverina Club, they are prepared to put a trotting race on the card every month if they get the support to fill the field.
Yep.
Knowing that they've got to draw from outside their local catchment to get those. Like we talked about that. I said, look, if I could bring a high-profile trotting final to town, what can we do? With some of the sponsors and supporters that we've got. Obviously, the likes of Yabby Ham, and Pat Driscoll as one. They said, well, happy to consider, whether every fourth Friday there was a trotting race on the program. It's just a matter of making sure that we've got the support, because they're going to have to travel a little, that we do get enough to make up race fields.
Yeah, and we've got great supporters with Alabar as well, Kath McIntosh as well, that have been contributed a lot. They've got their trotting breeds there as well, so it does definitely fit. There's plenty of trotters not that far away. Staffordshire Park, Pangrazio's just up the road as well. Aldebaran Park just up the road. So there's plenty of trotters in that area that are not far away. So it could get off the ground. And there's a huge trotting contingent in step.
Little dark horse for you, mate, talking about Staffordshire Park and the Pangrazio's. I love the name, Sid the Sloth. You might make sure you put that one down in your book as a dark horse for the race series coming up, mate. Sid the Sloth.
I spoke to David Miles, and I asked about Iconic Image if it was paid up for. He said, and Sid the Sloth is what he actually answered me. I said, hang on, I was asking you one question. He goes, yes, but Sid the Sloth is as well. It's one of the more unusual names, but he could end up with a bit of a cult following, that's for sure.
Well, Sid was the stable name, and Sid the Sloth is that iconic figure out of Ice Age. So I asked Nev, I said, how did you come up with this? And as you might know, mate, our very good friend Brett Welsh has often been referred to as the human version of Sid the Sloth. So he's got a bit of a cult following coming up in the Nutrien team as well.
Yep. What's the name? Okay, Michelle, I might touch on that one a little bit. That's she's what's her name, which is Lucy, or Rockin' with Attitude is back, is another comment, but that's outside of the Nutrien range just at the minute, Michelle, but we will get to that. But that's a horse out of Dave Miles' camp, so that's okay there. Another good little story, and I do a bit on this show, Mark Hughes and I did for just something a bit different for Woodlands. We pick out one a week, and we went through the different gravy sort of stage. But this horse, bred in the Riverina, Dennis Howe, Mataranka Farm, they're a big family. Hollywood Strip made it 2 from 2. He's a lovely horse. We look forward to seeing him next year in the 3-year-old series going around Wagga. He might run a bit of time, that's for sure.
Mate, very impressive when he had his first start, but what I was very impressed with was we used one of our own, Terry Ryan, to judge the best presented, and Terry reckoned he was a good enough horse to win that as a year hit the Sydney sales, and then he's turned around and done a remarkable job. But he's a beautiful yearling, and he's obviously proving to be a very, very nice racehorse. But he's Dennis and Joe and the girls are always been, since we've been involved, they've been fantastic support. Breed some lovely horses, and I think we might have got a Mataranka record at 190,000 for a yearling there this year. So they've enjoyed success at the sales this season, but great to see success on the track for them too. They're but a beautiful animal, magnificent animal.
Yeah, no, and it is good to see. And as I said, it's a bit of tongue in cheek, Hughes and I do, but we just try to highlight one a little bit differently. And he was picked, and then
he's a sweet Lou, and certainly looks like one, I think.
Yeah, he does. He's had some winners this last week, Sweet Lou. He's done some amazing jobs worldwide. So he actually won both 2-year-olds in Ireland while I was over there too, Sweet Pa and Aerodrome, both by Sweet Lou, both super impressive 2-year-olds. So doing a magic job, but that's off the point. You'll get into trouble if you look after too many of these farms and not everyone else's. But nominations are open for the 2026 yearling sales. For the Sunshine Stars, Sydney, Melbourne, they're open from the 1st of August and they close on the 1st of September. And then Bathurst is open on the 31st of September the 1st of September through to the 31st of October. The one I'm not sure on, Bardo, on that little list is Tassie.
Yeah, so Tasmania, you can get the entry form off our website, but it goes direct to racing, Tas Racing. But they're open as well now, mate. They'll try and finalise their catalogue towards the end of November, so there is a little bit of time because it is a smaller catalogue for those guys. But I tell you what, giving those guys a plug, a couple of really nice horses the last couple of years, and we did see again giving Newsy another rap. They down by the seaside, I reckon, was our sale topper, and I think a Tassie record this year at 65,000 for a filly.
Yep. I'm going to struggle to find it very quick. No, it did too. Yeah, so Soho Safari, which was one of the sale toppers the year before. There was 3 that were level. I can't remember the actual price, Bardo, but off the top of my head. But Soho Safari, which was a lather up out of We Own a Bad Girl, won very impressively last night. So yeah, I didn't know that one, but did happen to actually see that. So yeah.
Yeah, but no, the Tassie catalogue, interesting. It will be on the Saturday, the 14th of February, and just so people understand that the reasoning behind that is the Magic Millions Thoroughbreds at the complex there in near Launceston. They've got the infrastructure set up, so we do get the opportunity to piggyback off it while the stabling's set up and the selling ring set up. For what is a multi-purpose centre there. So that's why we're on that Saturday afternoon. I do know the Hutter Cup runs on the Saturday evening, but I'm assured you can actually buy a horse and fly to Melbourne and watch the Hutter Cup if you'd like to that evening.
I believe you're talking to one person that will be doing it, so and I'm not too upset about it, so I think other people can do that. Open now until the 26th of August. Christy's just got back for me. Then the Tassie entries, and Brookie Hammond, that horse was a $35,000 purchase, so We Own a Bad Girl. So they're all watching, they're all listening, mate. We're getting in trouble if we say something wrong.
Mate, if you want to get good fish and chips, you go to Brook, and if you want to get a tip on how to buy a good value horse out of Wendell Woolies, you go to Brook too, I think. So she's managed to put a couple of nice ones on, but there again, it's a smaller group of breeders, but have done a fantastic job the last couple of years, and we've seen year on year just the standard, how it's elevated the way those horses are presented, and they would stand up in any mainland catalogue. So, looking forward to getting a Tassie again.
Yeah, I think Brookie's spending a little bit of time up north at the minute, though. Don't worry about that. Saw her socials the other day. He is definitely much bluer waters than what she's experiencing normally. 2 Tassie sale graduates, 1 Sunday. Hungry Hippo, one 3 start also. I'd say that's 3rd start. Where's Hungry Hippo, Bardo? Just bear with me for a minute. Gobsmacked, Arden Rooney, Ultimate Action. Hungry Hippo, the Stay Hungry out of I Assure As Bow. Guess who bred that one? Brookie Hammond. So it won as well. So, which is always good. So the Nutrien winners are getting out there.
No, it's good to see, mate. I know we've always, and you jump on those horses that sort of go on to become well recognised names, but it's probably started with the Locomotive, but there's been a lot of them since then, mate. And not to forget, we've had some lovely horses come out of Bathurst, and again we saw some the Bathurst sale race incentives were run there last Wednesday, so we saw horses that not only have been eligible for the Bathurst sale race, they also come back as they can come back to the Nutrien. I think we had 14 of the current crop of 2-year-olds out of the last Bathurst sale did pay up for the National Series.
Yep, well that was a one by Attraction as well that won that race back last Wednesday night. So well done to those guys. Taylor Osmond, I think she wins every race at the minute, and she managed to drive that winner as well. So well done to those connections as well with that horse. So I was across that. Bodo, all of the sale dates, I've got it here somewhere. I can't. Oh, there they are. There, as you said, Tasmania on Valentine's Day. Anyone wanting to buy their loved one a horse, that's the best day to do it on Valentine's Day, the 14th of Feb. Sunshine Stars in Queensland on the 22nd, of February. Of course, that was the classic music cult presented by Ben Stud there. Sydney Yearling Sales on the 8th of March, the second Sunday. Going to be a bumper sale, that is. Chariots of Fire weekend, so people will be ready for that one. The 22nd of March is Bathurst Gold Sale Crown. And then still in its traditional spot, April, I think people are well and truly getting their head around it with Melbourne Bardo on the 12th of April. And of course the build-up, there'll be a bit more of a build-up for that as well.
Yeah, look, and if you look at the way that calendar fits for us this year, mate, it's we've gone back to the traditional Bathurst weekend, so the Sunday before the finals of the Bathurst Gold Crown. We took feedback from some of the trainers and owners that do support that sale. That there was. After the finals, they're all just a bit burnt out, or they're heading for home. So we've come forward the week at the request of the buyers, and I think even being at Menangle there this afternoon, talking to a couple of the trainers, and they said, "Oh, look, we actually love the Chariots weekend. It's just a little bit less pressure, and it's a more relaxed weekend, and you've got time to get around your horses after your race day, but it's and you still got that build up for the week ahead. So it's we'll see how that one goes. But I tell you, we've already got some lovely horses in it. And, mate, again, the girls they've updated a lot of them on the website. If you go back through now, the previous race series, I know they've put links in there. You can go back and rewatch our last four race series now. I think the trotting ones needs to be updated after this next one's run. But hard to believe we're heading towards, after this one's run, we're heading to some race series 5, so it keeps rolling on, mate.
Yep. You can go back that way.
The website's actually, it's getting better all the time. There's I know that we've got Julie Giddos who's joined our team, and Christy have been working on getting some equine friendly properties on that property portal now. So there's a couple other links, and you're plenty to see, and they're trying to keep that with a bit of feedback interactive and get that information that you want.
Now, Bardo, just bear with me, because there's one thing I haven't made sure it's working, which is, you'd find that hard to believe that I'm half organised, but I am. I can't believe my phone didn't work properly either. I'm just trying to find... Oh, actually, I think I can go to this one. No, it's not. Unfortunately, it's not logged in. I've just got to try and wake this thing up, Bardo. You just got to bear with me, because I'll go to that website and show people how that works. That's actually pretty cool. I think I'll do this and then that. Right, so now, by rights, if I click to this one, yep, we're good to go. So you go to race series. Now, I might do this a bit, I might go previous race series. I didn't do this one before, so bear with me, anyone that's watching. We'll go to race series 2, so we'll just go read more. Here at Tabcorp Park, has all of the races there, terms and conditions. But if you go over here to the heats, click here for the results, and this will bring up the heat winners there. So that is Fader Waits, that won in Queensland. Now, so that's the Queensland races. Okay, so they're still coming in because Bendigo hasn't been done. But that's something for people to be able to log into and actually be able to see each of those as they go along. So that's going to be pretty exciting. You'll be able to just click there, Bardo, and be able to watch them.
Yeah, well, I think it's great that people can go straight to that source, or what won that year, and you can go back, or you remember a horse that went well, and that's probably good for us or the stables that are actually breeding these champions, that they can go back and actually find that footage, and they can use it as a library of some of their past results from their own stable when they're promoting their own draft for the following season, I reckon.
Which way did you say they'd gone? They'd started at the first race series or the third one? You're not sure?
Mate, no, I can't say that one. I know that the idea is that they're trying to get that footage up for all of them, mate. But
here we go. No, we're right now. So I'll just, as people just saw then, so this is last year, so then that site can't be reached. Unbelievable, Bardo. You wouldn't believe that, but it will be there. Just bear with it, and you'll be able to see more on that. But that's pretty exciting, and that's a great little tool for people to be able to use, Bardo.
Well, yeah, and like I say, it's It'll be the Brett Coffee site, because Brett was probably one person that gave us fantastic feedback on what we needed. So and like what the market really what people are chasing. So again, we've got good feedback from some of the clients, and we've hopefully we're responding with the right additions to the site.
Nah, I think you're doing everything right, Barton, including taking the race to Wagga next May, and give plenty of time to organise things and have a sneaky little holiday away as well. So, Brookie was saying,
I can tell you, if you want to go to one of the best steakhouses in Eastern Australia,
been there.
It is in Wagga, mate. So I can tell you that the chef is local, and they do some pretty nice pastries as well. So if you've got a sweet tooth, there's some nice desserts as well.
I was lucky enough to go there, I think, with yourself and Christy, and I think the Mad Canadian when he was down there. There's the mayor of Wagga. So, Brookie Hammond said Hungry Hippo actually purchased Wicked Knights. So it's one thing Brooke's doing is reinvesting, because I know she reinvested this year after selling that filly this year as well. So more people do that, Bardo, the sport's going to be in a better spot.
And like I say, one of the positives, if you see fillies selling well, it means that there's interest in our future brood mares, and I think that's really healthy to see. And I think if you look at breeding numbers, we all know the story that they are down, but with that, I think there's huge opportunity. If you've got quality mares and bred well, I think there's really positive things ahead. But looking forward to seeing these entries come in over the next couple of weeks.
No, absolutely. Mate, I'll let you go. Keep driving home. I believe you may have a Matt Toozer float on the back, so anyone we're looking for a new float, make sure they go and give Matty Toozer and co a call. You can highly recommend them.
Mate, what I would say, it's the Toozer family have been supporters. They've sold yearlings with us since we started. 2 years ago, as you know, mate, they donated a 2-horse float, which we then upgraded to an angle float with a racing configuration. And I said that to Matt today. I said, look, the product's great. I know on the back of that, Rhiannon Park bought one. They saw the product after it had been won there by their trainer in Shepparton, and then we've just picked up actually a 3-horse reverse angle. So the horse actually faced their rump on a 45 to the front of the vehicle. So when you unload them, they're pointing back. So it's a combination. I reckon they'll get a better ride, but it's a safety thing after. I did have a mishap a few weeks ago, but mate, the product's it's all Australian made. Monique and Matt, they're very passionate about it. They've got a fantastic product, and like I say, they've been great supporters of the Nutrient Equine team. So it's nice to support them. And when I pulled up at Menangle, I reckon 70% of the floats that were stopped there were Toozer floats. So he's managed to get terrific support from harness racing. So anyone wants to know more about it, give us a yell. But we'll have them on. We'll have our float at Sydney and Melbourne, carting a lot of our other gear down there. But we'll set it up and come and have a look through what we reckon's a fantastic Australian-made product.
Go to www.toozer.com.au. There you are, Matty. There's a free plug for you. I just had to Google it to make sure I got it right, but yeah, that's it. So Toozer horse floats, but just go to toozer.com.au and you'll be able to get in touch with it there. And of course, we've got to remember, he put a horse float up. He hasn't done it since, but massive contribution as well. Am I right in thinking that Craig Turnbull won the horse float?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, Craig won it.
And then Abby's
had a pretty good run, hasn't he?
Yeah, Abby's. Yeah, you just thought of that too, didn't you? Abby's come out and won the 2-year-old filly series this year as well.
And didn't have to give a lot of money for the horse float or the horse.
It was by Ride High. Mark Pitt and Lisa Pitt, they got their first Group 1 winner over the weekend. It was by Ride High as well. So Mr. Bowtie himself will be up and about, I reckon.
No, like we said, mate, when he won that, I said, I hope that horse gets a ride home in his float that he won. And he said the same. He said the two of them haven't cost me a lot of money, but he said, geez, I love both of them. So no, they've had a good run. But no, I would certainly say not every year, but I wouldn't mind thinking maybe in the next couple of years that we might get our heads together and see what we can do to. It was a good promo, and it was great to see this stable like. the Turnbulls get both wins. So the win at the float, but then that fantastic win there at the races there in April.
Yep, and back to Dean and Blanche. I know. I think Dean wanted a couple of things done differently, and Matty was only too happy to do it. So he met their requests and made it the way that people wanted it, which is also very important. You're not getting something that's just been shipped out of China, and what you pay for it, that's all you get. So
we've got customised independent suspension. We've got a reinforced whole undercarriage. I'm actually, it's sitting behind me while I'm on the Hume Highway now, but you'd swear I didn't have it on.
Yep.
It travels unreal.
No, very good. All right, mate. I'll let you keep going. You won't be far off the tricky little turn, but thank you very much. Well done for getting involved with the Riverina Paceway. And as I said to people, if you want to follow Wagga, you won't find it. You have to go to Riverina Paceway on all their socials, but you'll be able to follow them all on that and keep up to date. And been lucky enough to do a few things with the club over the journey, and look forward to doing plenty more with them as well, mate. So, well done.
Good on you, mate. I appreciate it, and look forward to the next. But it seems around the corner. It's not that far away, really, is it? Next thing we're back there again.
No, and we'll be back doing the again. Don't forget, though, entries are open right now. Get in touch with the team at nutrientstandardbred.com.au. Sorry, I had myself in a bit of a mix there, but it is nutrientstandardbred.com.au to nominate your yearlings for that. They close the 1st of September, which is still 2 weeks away, 12 days away. So actually 13 days technically, but yeah, we'll get there. So make sure you get in touch with the team and go from there. Thanks, Barto.
You got it. Just one other little plug for you, mate. The boys out the back, Terry Ryan, reserve champion hack at the Brisbane Royal at the Ekka, and Brett Wells, grand champion stallion working. So the two of the boys that work in the team, both getting broad ribbons at the Brisbane Royal show there last weekend.
Since they're showies, mate, I think they should have to. Their work clubbers should be joddies. I think we'll have to put a thing past have them both walking around.
I don't know how Sid would go in the jodhpurs, but I reckon Terry'd pull it off.
He wouldn't. All right, mate. I will let you go. Well done to those boys as well, and that's part of being a part of the Nutrient family. You get to know a few different people, that's for sure. All right, mate.
No, good on you. Thanks, mate.
There's Mark Barton. I suppose having a bit of fun too, but I think it's huge what they've been able to do with the Riverina Paceway as well. So massive commitment there, and great for regional racing. I think it's regional racing anywhere. I think guys at Shep, I could be wrong, someone from Shep might be watching. I reckon it's only about 3 hours for the guys from Shep to get to Wagga. So it is very close. They'll be able to go backwards and forwards. I know you won't want to do that when you got potential to be partying because you might have won a good race, but that's not a major issue. Be able to go there and that people go to Bathurst backwards and forwards. There is plenty of stabling. Barto said there before, the guys at Euroby and a few of the others, so you got the opportunity to be able to keep your horses there as well. So, yep, that it's pretty important sort of update, and I think it's going to be exciting. I'd love to know people's thoughts on it too. So, got plenty of people watching. Tony Jackson saw the full live Saturday night. Very impressive ride the highs. Yeah, it was very, very impressive. One super comfortable, didn't it? Easing down. So really, really cool story that for Mark and Lisa. John Paulson, there's another one. John breeds, he doesn't sell horses, but there was their triad night. Jack Butler, hello to you. Jamie Egan, 3.5 from Shep. Thank you very much. So that's a pretty easy drive these days, and it is a good drive. Although not sure which way these guys. They probably shoot across to Benalla, so it's not too bad a drive. I'll be honest, the last part of Bendigo for Bendigo guys is a bit tricky, but it's probably no worse than coming home from Shepherd and Trots, so you get used to it, that part. But no, Johnny Paulson breeds and races his own horses with Chantel and Pete Turpin and Pete McMullen. Attachment and Arrive, both winning the Triad finals. So congratulations to him. I think that's a great effort. He's got another, he had a 2-year-old. I didn't see if it was in or not, that actually did win there. And I also did see the one of the trotters there, I forget who actually trained it, but Chantel Turpin owned it and bred it, and it was in someone else's name. I could look it up very quickly. It shouldn't take me too much to do. It was in on Saturday night at Albion Park. wasn't McGee. McGee is owned by great mates of mine, Steve Carter and Dennis Burns. Congratulations to those guys, Lane Dwyer and Graham Dwyer. So congratulations to you, Doy. Lay Down Luna, Sebastian K. I'll Do It When I'm Ready. Good name, actually. For Matty Crone, that's right, and an Angus Garrard. So well done to those guys as well. I like those little stories where people put them out. Russell Jack, hello to you. Christy's watching. Michael Bowd, got plenty of people still watching. So that is all good. While I'm on Queensland, the guys at Marburg, Sean Gillespie, has got me to get the message out there that they're going to try and have an all Trotters Day at Marburg on the 19th of October. I possibly could be there. I'm going to be in Chinchilla up until the 18th for a camp draft, and then I've got the Warwick Gold Cup on the 20th. I might be able to shoot down, if not for the whole day, but at least for some part of the day. Hopefully they can get this off, but they want to get the message out there that they're going to have an all Trotters Day on the 19th of October, Sunday the 19th of October. So if you've got a trotter thinking about sending it to Queensland, you'll be doing the right thing. If you want to go for a holiday, plan your holiday around there. They'll have plenty of races. I will get Sean on in the near future. Been up and down a little bit with the old jet lag, so was flying today and then had to have a nana nap halfway through, but we'll get there. We'll come back. The Swan Hill Stallion Tender will be out from next week. It's online now. There's still a few to come through, so a little bit of commitment, but you can go to Swan Hill Trots. Keep an eye on that. Maybe give it another couple of days before you go there. Plenty of support by plenty of the people involved, the regular faces: Aldebaran Park, Lower Long Farms, Woodland Stud, Yabby Dam Farms, Truscott Lodge, and there is definitely one other one. I'm not going to try and Google it because it'll take me too long. Actually, it may not, because you can actually see it. There's a banner. There is a banner head on the Victorian page. There it is there. I do know they're not all up yet, but I did see them. That's Lower Long Farms, Woodlands, Lower Long, Alabar Farms, I think, are involved. Yes, they are. Elite Straight and Ride High. Aldebaran Park, Truscott Lodge. Ballymore Park Stud with Imperial Count was the other one. Yabby Dam Farms are there with Call Me the Breeze. So, yep. And as I said, Lower Long Farm. So, regular, consistent, that's what Swan Hill do. They pride themselves on it. So, on getting those horses out there. You can actually see it here. It's still to go. It goes right through to the 9th of September, so you've got plenty of time. But King of the North, Lather Up, Poster Boy, Raging Bull, Soho Tribeca, Aldebaran Zeus, we'll touch on him in a second, Elite Stride, Sky Valley, Ride High, Sundon's Courage, Kinvan Avenger, Imperial Count, Rocky down by the seaside, Call Me the Breeze for his first season, and Pastor Stephen. So get behind that. Go to swanhilltrots.com.au. But as I said, give it a little bit of the time. Follow the steps on how it works. Keep up to date with Campbell's comments, because we will be getting that message out there as often as we can as well. Rightio. We will go, I just got to find the right ticker first. We'll go to Aldebaran Park, because they have just recently announced Aldebaran Zeus. I nearly said Aldebaran Eagle. Aldebaran Eagle, as you can see by the pop-up down underneath, is standing exclusive in New Zealand for the 2025 season, frozen semen only. And of course, the only place you can get that horse there is in New Zealand. He's also standing Aldebaran Zeus over there as well at 3,500 plus GST. Same price here in Australia alongside Sky Valley. And because Zeus went out, well, he went out second, getting chased by an absolute ripper horse at the minute in I Am Bobby. Just great to see. I don't think anyone would begrudge that horse and the job that he's actually doing. He's doing a fantastic job, and he went terrific. He fell less than 1,000 short of the $600,000 mark. Aldebaran Zeus, he won his first start. He went out running second at his last start. 89 starts, been beautifully managed by Brett Lilly and the team, Chrissy Elford, and some great scenes afterwards. Trace giving him a good pat. So it's what the industry's all about. But get in touch with the team at Aldebaran Park there. As I said, the phone number's down there. Danny Thackeray on 0407 223 819. You'll be able to get in touch with those guys. And I think Zeus will be available for inspection as a stallion in the upcoming couple of weeks. Again, I will be there doing something with those guys, so we'll get the message out there for them. Yabby Dam Farms stallion roster is out now for 2025. Call Me the Breeze, of course, standing his first season. EL Titan, beautiful pictures of these guys trotting around out in the paddocks. out there, that's for sure. There are plenty of people seeing these horses going around there, so there's a lot of happening there. Classic Connection now, Afternoon Breeze, 2 from 2, 2 other winners. I've got a funny feeling, this was one of those ones I was meant to do a bit of homework on, that he has only had 3 foals so far to the races, and all 3 of those have won. So just going to try and bring up here now and just see if I can get that. Seriously, did a silly thing to me. I'll just have to. Sorry, just trying to get it up. I can pop that down for a sec so you know that I am still here. We'll just see if it comes in. There was a Classic Connection Australia too. So got a few people watching from overseas. Hello to you guys. Got a few more French followers. Irish followers the other day. So let's see. Yeah. So we'll actually flick over to this one. And you can see there 3 starters, all 3 of those have won. 2 of those have won 2 races. I can't think of either of the other 2 horses' names. French Connection is one. No. Franco American is one of them. That is Tyrone Avella's horse. And I can't think of the other horse that's racing at the minute with the Fitzpatricks. But yeah, another very, very nice little horse. So going from there. Michelle Hargraves, if you're still watching, congratulations with Dancing with Attitude. I will touch base with David Miles too. Sorry about that. We were talking other stuff with Bardo at the time, but good luck there with that horse who caused by Aldebaran Eagle. That's why I went back to that. Right, the rest of the roster here, always ready. $2,000 along with Used to Me at $1,500 will both be standing in Queensland, and I know Pat Driscoll is getting behind that All Trotters Day as well. So that is at Marburg. And then On a Streak and All Cashed Up, both standing in New Zealand. You can see there that you can get On a Streak here in Australia. All Cashed Up won't be available here in Australia. Always Ready and Used to Me won't be available in New Zealand. And then you have your Frozen Seaman with Ikari D. Orlando Vici, who's, if he's not still 100%, he's that close to it. He's got a beautiful horse in something Vici, I forgot her name actually. But anyway, Joe Vasalo's got, and Bird Parker, all standing for $10,000. And then back of the neck, Dimitri Friend, I don't know, and Nadala Shabi. I will try and do something with Pat Driscoll at some point in time in regards to these horses to be announced. Not available in New Zealand for 2 of those, but price to be announced. I would imagine get in touch with the team at yabbydamfarms.com.au. Go to Yabbydam Farms, it's actually yabbydamfarms.com. And you'll be able to do that there. The email address is coming across the bottom. It is yabbydamfarms.com.au, and you'll be able to get more information there. Get in touch with Louise. Oh man, I'm having all sorts of trouble. Mental blank now. Georgia will be able to help you out. So luckily, Georgia, if you are watching this, I got myself out of trouble with that one. So that is the Yabbydam Farms team. And as we said today, they won the first 2 races at Menangle today. Off the back of also that other mare going terrific. NZB, not a lot for NZB at the minute. I spoke to Canberra this morning. They're actually out doing inspections. So catalogue is getting finalised, doing inspections first, and they'll be out to get that out. So keep an eye on NZB Standardbreds. Of course, the sales next year are February 16, Monday, February 16 in Auckland, Karaka, and February 18, which is a Wednesday, in Christchurch. So keep those dates clear as well. So busy start to the selling season in Australia, so plenty happening there. And I've got one more ticker to go through, and I've got my good friends at Woodland Stud. How's this for a stat today? So we saw the different gravy there before, and I will say we've already pre-recorded Woodland winners. It'll go out tomorrow, so it's been pre-recorded. Must remember to edit that up before I finish. But 51 winners last year were sired by Woodland Stallions, 51 in Australia and New Zealand. 10 of those were Woodlands bred, so mare and sire. 9 2-year-old winners as well out of those, so doing a huge job. That's off the back of, now where's my book? You want to see a couple of the highlights we had yesterday. Harrisburg Heist went 149. He's won 8 of 11 this season for Ronnie Burke. We won't be seeing that horse over here. He's down by the seaside. It's a gelding, so that's exciting. He was super impressive. And then Extra Suds. Now, I don't think I've got this picture, but if you bear with me for 1 second, I can grab it and get this up. So Extra Suds went 48 and 8, coming from 3 back in the run. But have a look. And Brad Conrad, this is Brad Conrad's photo. This was him as a 2-year-old. He's filled out even more, but look at the markings on him there. So he's actually listed as a Pinto by Lather Up. Beautiful looking horse, and yeah, some really nice markings. Tune in to Woodlands Winners tomorrow to be able to see that race, but you'll be able to see the rest of it. But yeah, so he's got a record now of 6 wins from 20, but this season he's had 4 from 10. He set a best mark of 48.8. The second horse in that race was by Lather Up. He actually had 3 winners, I think, on that one card at Go to the Downs. I think one went 49 and one went 49.7. He's really doing a great job. Lather Up, that's for sure. But we can't forget, what an old marvel Max Delight is. I mean, seriously, has there been a better run than that by a 10-year-old? 26.7 last quarter, 53.5 and 148. He set a PB. He is just going forever. Freddie Hastings, some of the calls he actually said there were, "Here comes Max." And he was awesome. I can't do it. Shouldn't have done it. My voice is going anywhere. And then one of the other little comments he said at the end, and I think it's so great, tough as teeth. I think it was bloody awesome. So, yeah, well done to those guys as well. So, yeah, that's most of my notes here today. Stuff to get out. Mickey Shan, bred down south, southern bred, great supporters of Campbell's comments. Took out the Gold Cup and Saucer. It's a race that I do want to get to and do want to have a look at it. It's at PEI. It's we could try. I'll see if I can find it. Just got to get out of this. I'm on Facebook, so just bear with me. But we'll just see if we can't. We'll just type in Gold Cup and Saucer and see what comes up. The crowd was unbelievable. And yep, here it is here. Have a look at these crowds. This is in the winner's stall after the race. This is something we've got to get back to doing here in Australia. We limit our crowds. Unfortunately, they look small, but we'll go back. I'd say that's the driver's view, but there is video footage. There's still the crowds, so they've still got... Oh, because I might not have gone into one of the pages. Hang on, we'll go in here to Red Shores. I saw it here somehow. You can see the crowd behind. Look at that, 100 deep. It was just magic. But if you can find the race, I think I might have watched it on YouTube. It's definitely not coming up on the Gold Shores page just there. They obviously play golf and a few other things, but yeah, if you can get onto YouTube and find it, and it was phenomenal scenes. The crowd was amazing. Derek Delaney, who I went across to, what's her name with, in all sorts of trouble now, the Vincent Delaney Memorial, when I went across there, he was going to it, and so I don't know if I got the link through him or not, but please just have a good look and you'll be able to find it there somewhere, and go from there. It'll be fine. So, sorry, I was just watching myself. For some reason, when I tuned back into my Facebook account, it went right back to last. But thank you to everyone who has actually tuned in and is watching the show. I really do appreciate that. We only got 6 people at the minute. Well, that's what it says. I don't understand how it all works. It's very strange, a lot of this stuff that you do happen to see, but we've had 14 people like it. Jill Smart, Pete Argus, Chantal Watson, Joan Olsen, Christy Barton, Wayne Portland, Stuart Tanner, Megan Forbes, Bob Baird, Danny Laws, great mate. Don't see enough of Danny. I must catch up with him. Carl Hansen, Paul White, Ken Hyde, and Wayne Parsons. So, yep, if you are watching it, if you happen to be watching it on YouTube, please give it a like and a subscribe. If you have a YouTube account and you would like to help me grow my page, that'd be awesome as well. It'd be really cool because I'm trying to get past 1,000 views, all going well. There is a chance that I haven't gone live to YouTube tonight by the looks. No, I am live. So Yep, we are there as well. We've had 7 people, no comments on that. But yeah, please, if you are watching, get involved. Give me a like, give it a subscribe. Don't just watch it for nothing, and give it a like and a subscribe and go from there. It's very important. I know the guys over in Europe, that's how they watch it, because Facebook put restrictions, Twitter put restrictions on a lot of things. So yeah, it's a great way to be able to get the message out there for harness racing, and it helps me. And I do appreciate a lot of the help. I appreciate a lot of the feedback. If you want to give me some feedback, please do. One of the ones I was given just recently was that it's hard to have another guest on. It would always be good. I have definitely taken that on board. Just gets a bit tricky. Bardo got busy today, so he didn't get home in time, so we just do it over the phone. So those things are very important as well for me. So yeah, plenty of people watching it on Twitter as well, so do appreciate that as well. But yeah, all right, I think that is everything. Of course, Aldebaran Zeus is retiring. Well done to Jackie and Jock. Congratulations on tying the knot. I think that's awesome. It's a lovely photo of you guys there as well, so congratulations on that. The different gravy, I did mention that with before with Bardo, but yeah, Hollywood Strip for the Howes, Mataranka Park, and Brad Hewitt, of course, too. Brad's having a terrific run here. Look at this horse. He just ducks in here a little bit, and most 2-year-olds, that's enough to just stop him. Just got a bit green. No, he picks up and just keeps on keeping on. He's a lovely horse. He has got 3-year-old written all over him. That is Hollywood Strip. He's our different gravy for this week. But as I said, Sweet Lou did an amazing job during the week. He sired the 2 Vincent Delaney Memorial winners too, the 2-year-old colt and filly while we're over there. Right, that'll do. I can prattle for a while. We will get some guests on next week. We'll try and might have a David Miles or someone like that on if we can, and go from there. But I really do appreciate you guys tuning in. Without viewers, the show ain't worth it. I'd probably still stand up here and talk to myself, but you guys do make it a hell of a lot better. So I really appreciate it. And I will see you all next Monday night, 6 o'clock on Loose Lines.